All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're zooming in on the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And look, this isn't just going to be another tournament. With a totally unprecedented scale, brand new rivalries, and new host countries, we are quite literally looking at a defining moment for modern football. Because, as we all know, football is never just a game. It really is, as the saying goes, billions of hearts beating together. Every 4 years, we get to witness absolute magic. We see new heroes born right there on the pitch and legends cemented in history forever. The emotional weight of this upcoming tournament is just immense. And the stakes? Well, they've never been higher.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The 2026 Football Revolution, the biggest tournament in history. 5 billion. Let that number sink in for a second. More than 5 billion people are expected to tune in to watch parts of this historic event. That is well over half the population of the entire planet. It's a level of global attention that turns this from just a sporting event into a massive, unmatched cultural phenomenon.
And to match that insane audience, the format itself is getting a massive upgrade. We're expanding from 32 up to 48 teams, which means a staggering 104 matches spread across the USA, Canada, and Mexico. But the biggest takeaway for us fans? That expanded knockout stage. More do-or-die games mean a way higher probability for massive, heartbreaking upsets and the birth of fierce new rivalries. Moving on to Section 2, top contenders for the crown, the heavyweights of 2026.
And this brilliantly illustrates the tactical clash we're going to see between the absolute elite. Take a look at this contrast. You have Spain, whose game isn't really about just sprinting blindly up the field. No, it's about pure intelligence. It's totally methodical. Every single pass is calculated to create danger and completely scramble the opposition's defense. Then on the flip side, you have France. France relies on something that terrifies literally every team on earth: pure explosive speed. Led by Kylian Mbappe, their pace can just dismantle a defense in seconds. It really is the ultimate clash of football philosophies.
So it makes total sense that the early win probability predictions are leaning heavily toward these two giants. Spain is sitting pretty at 35%, and France is right on their heels at 30%. Now remember, Spain is coming in as the Euro champions with the youngest squad in the entire field. They've got Lamine Yamal, who will be just 18, but is already drawing very real comparisons to Lionel Messi. I mean, just imagine how dangerous that young squad is going to be by 2026. And France? Well, with that terrifying speed and powerful midfield we just talked about, they easily command their 30% share.
But hey, do not count out the rest of the pack, because that remaining 35% of the field is absolutely packed with fascinating storylines. Take England, for example. They are desperate to finally break that curse that's haunted them since 1966. And honestly, with guys like Bellingham, Saka, Foden, and Palmer, they finally have world-class depth at practically every single position. Then you have Argentina. A lot of people assume they'd just fade away after the Messi era, but with players like Julian Alvarez and Alejandro Garnacho stepping up, they are proving they still have that ferocious championship-winning mentality.
I really want to single Portugal out here for a second too. They have, quietly, almost totally under the radar, built one of the most formidable squads in world football. They are just loaded with young talent, a highly creative midfield, and absolutely deadly attackers. Honestly, a lot of experts are circling Portugal as the dark horse team that could legitimately shock the world and take home the trophy.
Which brings us to Section 3, the Golden Boot race. Who will score the most goals?
Here's a quick look at the early favorites for the Golden Boot. At number 5, we've got Julian Alvarez, the absolute engine for Argentina, who just never stops running. Number 4 is Harry Kane, England's ever-reliable finishing machine. Number 3, Erling Haaland. The big question for him is, will he finally get the chance to truly dominate on football's biggest stage? Number 2 is Kylian Mbappe, who's obviously always a massive threat to snag yet another Golden Boot. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is our number 1 spot, Lamine Yamal. The idea that a teenager could step onto the pitch, outscore the greatest legends of our era, and completely shock the world, that is a storyline you simply cannot ignore.
Moving right along to Section 4, Rise of the Teen Stars. The future of football has already arrived.
Just look at this unbelievable lineup of prodigies: Lamine Yamal, Endrick, Garnacho, Musiala. All of these players are currently between 17 and 20 years old. They aren't sitting on the bench waiting for their turn tomorrow. They are out there today, rewriting the tactical rules of the sport against the biggest veterans in the game. By the time 2026 rolls around, these guys won't just be promising prospects, they'll be the main event.
And let's be absolutely clear here about their ceiling. Every single one of the young men we just listed has absolute 5-star world-class potential. They aren't just showing up to participate in 2026. They have the raw talent to completely rule football for the next decade.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 5, the final prediction. Who inherits the throne?
Now, predicting football, it's pretty much impossible. One unexpected bounce, one physics-defying save, or one moment of pure magic can change history in a heartbeat. But, you know, that unpredictability is exactly why we love the sport so much. That being said, if current form holds up, these are your 5 dominant forces: Spain, France, England, Argentina, and Portugal. Right now, these are the nations that look completely dialed in and ready to dominate the biggest stage on Earth.
So, all of this leaves us with the ultimate question. Who will actually lift the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Are we going to see the passing mastery of Spain? The sheer terrifying speed of France? Maybe the unprecedented depth of England? The grit of Argentina? Or perhaps the quiet, stealthy dominance of Portugal? If you enjoyed diving into this explainer, I want to hear from you. Drop your predictions in the comments down below. Who do you think takes the crown? Keep your eyes on the pitch, and as always, enjoy the beautiful game.